Do you feel like you're making progress on your spiritual journey? Or have you been following the path for a long time, but feel like you're still stuck in the same place? Spiritual development is not easy and obvious. On this path, you will encounter many obstacles and twists and turns. Many times you will stumble or have to take a step back. Although, all this is meant to prepare you to move forward toward development and enlightenment. However, these adversities and ambiguities make it easy to get lost and start doubting whether you are headed in the right direction. Therefore, as with any other journey, we should pay attention to the signs that indicate whether we are moving in the right direction. In this video, we will explore 6 signs that indicate you are on the right track and progressing on your spiritual path. Make sure you stick around until the end, because I've also prepared one bonus sign for you that will definitely surprise you. Sign number 1, increased awareness and mindfulness. This is a central aspect of spiritual growth and a significant sign of progress on the spiritual path. This state involves a heightened sense of perception and consciousness regarding one's thoughts, emotions, environment, and interactions. Let's explore this concept in greater depth, examining its components, implications, and how it manifests in everyday life. Increased awareness refers to becoming more attuned to the inner workings of one's mind and the subtleties of one's surroundings. It involves observing thoughts and feelings without judgment and becoming more conscious of the details and patterns that previously went unnoticed. This involves noticing your thoughts as they arise, understanding their nature, and recognizing that you are not your thoughts, but the observer of those thoughts. This detachment and deep insight allows you to be less reactive as you quickly become aware of your thought process and all of the limiting patterns. Being aware of emotions and their triggers in a nuanced way means not only recognizing when you feel a certain way, but understanding what that emotion tells you about your needs and desires. In addition to a clear perception of your inner world, you may also notice changes in your perception of what's outside. Perhaps your senses have sharpened. Heightened sensory experiences, such as more vivid perceptions of colors, sounds, and sensations, are very common for people growing spiritually. You might find yourself more aware of the beauty in your environment or more sensitive to the energy of places and people. Changes in how we view ourselves and the world metaphorically inevitably lead to changes in how we view the world literally. This translates into shifts in one's values and priorities, which is our point number 2. This point represents a fundamental aspect of spiritual growth, often reflecting deeper internal changes as one progresses along their spiritual path. These shifts typically move an individual away from external validations and material pursuits towards values that promote inner fulfillment and meaningful engagement with the world. As you deepen your spiritual practices, your worldview often transforms. What used to be important may no longer hold the same weight. This reorientation is not merely a change of preference, but a profound alteration in how you perceive and value different aspects of life. These inner changes can affect various aspects of life. You may notice a change in yourself in any of them or only in some of them. So let's now take a look at what areas of life are involved. The first of these is materialism. There's often a noticeable move away from valuing material wealth as the primary source of happiness. Instead, spiritual and emotional gains take precedence, with more focus on experiences that nurture the soul rather than possessions. Secondly, as people grow spiritually, their focus often shifts from self-centered goals towards a more altruistic approach. This includes prioritizing helping others, engaging in community service, and fostering relationships that are mutually supportive and compassionate. Besides, gaining a higher level of consciousness, you begin to appreciate the present moment more, so that you no longer find yourself in the daily rush and hurry. In a busy world, it's common to equate busyness with productivity and success. However, spiritual development can shift this perspective towards valuing quiet reflection, meditation, and mindfulness practices, recognizing these as vital for inner peace and clarity. The last thing you may see a marked change in is your belief system and the way you view religion. As your spirituality deepens, you may encounter a shift from adhering strictly to dogmatic beliefs towards a more open and explorative approach to spiritual truth. This often involves a respect for diverse viewpoints and a recognition that spiritual truth can be multifaceted and personal. When the way you look at the world changes and you begin to enjoy different activities than before, it is natural that your relationships with other people will also change. Number 3, changes in relationships. Do you feel like you no longer get along with your friends the way you used to? Perhaps you have stopped enjoying the activities you have always indulged in, and your loved ones can't accept it. Or maybe you just feel misunderstood and lonely among people who, until recently, were close to you. We need to understand that what our lives are like now is the result of what we were like and the decisions we made in the past. On this basis, we have attracted events and people into our lives. When we grow spiritually, our dominant vibration changes. As a result, what has been our daily life so far is no longer compatible with us. If our friends don't develop along with us, we begin to have less and less in common with each other over time. So you may find yourself drifting away from relationships that no longer resonate with your new values and beliefs. This is not a rejection, but a natural realignment that can lead to healthier social environments and personal boundaries. On the other hand, as you deepen your spiritual practice, you naturally attract individuals who share similar values and interests. These relationships tend to be deeply supportive and enriching, providing both parties with mutual understanding and encouragement in their spiritual paths. It may take some time before new people come into your life. You may experience loneliness and doubt during this transitional period, but be patient, because what comes will definitely reward you. Even more so, as you grow spiritually, you are seeking and are capable of forming much deeper relationships and bonds. Spirituality can open up channels for deeper emotional connections. As you become more in tune with your emotions and those of others, your relationships can become more empathetic, understanding, and compassionate. In addition to your relationship with others, your relationship with yourself is also changing. As a result, you begin to appreciate more the time spent in seclusion for reflection and meditation. This, in turn, leads us to our next point of consideration. Number 4, desire for solitude and reflection. As you deepen your spiritual practices, you may often feel a compelling need to withdraw periodically from the noise and demands of everyday life to engage in solitude and reflective practices. This inward turn is not about isolation, but about creating space to connect more deeply with the self and the broader universe. Solitude in this context is purposeful and enriching, distinct from loneliness. It is a chosen state that allows for deeper introspection, meditation, and connection with your inner voice and wisdom. Reflection, whether it's through meditation, journaling, or contemplation, facilitates a dialogue with the self that can lead to profound insights and personal revelations. Time spent alone in reflection increases self-awareness, helping you understand your thoughts, emotions, and reactions more deeply. This awareness is crucial for personal development and spiritual maturity. Moreover, solitude can declutter the mind, strip away distractions, and focus on what truly matters. This clarity often leads to better decision-making and prioritization in life. Engaging in regular periods of solitude can be rejuvenating. It allows you to step back from your daily routines and stresses, providing space to recharge and realign with your spiritual goals and values. Engaging in regular periods of solitude will serve to deepen the sense of peace and clarity. In addition, it will allow you to form an even stronger bond with the universe and strengthen your mutual communication. So if you feel the need, do not see it as a bad thing. Trust your feelings and let the universe speak to you. Speaking of communication, let's take a look at the next point on our list. Number 5. Synchronicities and manifestations. To begin with, we need to understand what synchronicities are and look into their true nature. Synchronicity is a term originated by Carl Jung, which refers to the occurrence of two or more events that are meaningfully related, though they may not be causally connected. These experiences can often feel like the universe is sending a direct message. For example, thinking about an old friend and unexpectedly running into them, or coming across a book that addresses the very questions you've been pondering, are instances of synchronicity. These occurrences are not mere coincidences, but are considered signs that you are in sync with the universe's flow and are being guided on your spiritual path. Besides, the name coincidence comes from the word coincide, which in mathematics means two things that are meant to be together. But what purpose do synchronicities actually serve? What interest does the universe have in sending these types of events into our lives? First, they can reinforce that your intuitions are correct. They serve as feedback from the universe, affirming that your thoughts and actions are aligned with your higher self. Moreover, during times of doubt or confusion, synchronicities can appear as signs of encouragement, nudging you to continue on your chosen path or to trust the process even when the end result is not clear yet. Apart from that, synchronicities help to cultivate a sense of wonder and deepen your connection to the universe. Recognizing these signs can make you feel more connected to the cosmos and less alone in your journey. Closely linked with synchronicities is the concept of manifestation, which is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and belief. Successful manifestations are often a sign that your thoughts and actions are aligned with your true desires and spiritual intentions. They show that you are not only wishing for something, but are also energetically and actively moving toward it. As you grow spiritually, your manifestations become more aligned with your highest self, moving beyond mere material desires to more profound and fulfilling aspirations. Moreover, regular manifestations can enhance your trust in the universe's abundance and timing, easing anxiety over the need to control outcomes and allowing a more profound acceptance of what is. Remember to stay open and attentive. Keep an open mind and be observant of the little winks from the universe. Keeping a journal can help you track these occurrences and see patterns over time. Exploring these dimensions of synchronicities and manifestations not only enriches your understanding of your spiritual journey, but also empowers you to actively participate in shaping your destiny, aligning more closely with the universe's vast, interconnected web. When you feel and perceive that life is not happening to you, but is happening and coming to fruition through you, you begin to feel a deep connection with what surrounds you and the entire universe. This, in turn, leads us to our next point of consideration. Number 6, a sense of oneness and connectedness. Everything in the universe is interconnected. This unity transcends physical appearances and superficial differences. Along with your spiritual growth, your consciousness merges with a universal consciousness, and the boundaries between self and others begin to dissolve. This often begins with a renewed appreciation for nature and an intuitive understanding of being part of the natural world. Such connectedness fosters a sense of responsibility towards the environment and leads to more sustainable lifestyle choices. This connection, however, is not only between the material world and nature. Over time, you begin to understand and perceive that also all human beings come from one source and are constantly connected to each other. As you become more aware, you begin to tune into the energies of those around you with greater ease, resulting in increased empathy and an understanding of their true feelings and intentions. As you perceive others as extensions of yourself, empathy and compassion naturally expand. You start to feel the joys and sufferings of others as your own, driving humanitarian actions and deeper interpersonal relationships. Over time, you can also develop a feeling of universal love, which arises from the awareness that all beings are fundamentally the same in their essence. This love is unconditional, not based on personal gain or relationships, but stemming from a deep spiritual connection with all life forms. However, this sense of unity and connection is not just about the outside world. It can lead to profound insights about one's own nature, purpose, and how all of reality functions. Coming into possession of this deep understanding can contribute to the dissolution of ego. As the sense of an individual ego diminishes, judgments and prejudices fade. This allows for a more authentic engagement with the world, free from the constraints and desires of the ego, leading to true freedom that transcends the average person's imaginations. Here are 6 signs that you are on the right track and heading in the right direction on your spiritual path. However, I promised you one more sign, which may be the most relevant to you, as it is possible that this is the reason you came across this video and decided to watch it. That sign is number 7, loss of a sense of progress. As you journey forward, you may find yourself shedding old beliefs and ideas. With their release, the associated emotions and sensations that once signaled progress may also diminish. This can leave you in a state of uncertainty, wondering if you are making any progress at all. Yet, as you advance spiritually, the concern for measuring progress diminishes. This indifference is a stark contrast to those still guided by an aimless ego, or who find themselves simply adapting to new circumstances. In exploring these aspects, we often uncover numerous areas requiring growth as we confront our limitations. However, as the ego begins to dissolve, the very concept of needing to progress fades away. This happens because you are increasingly living in the experience of being fully present, here and now. Here are 7 signs of spiritual progression. Have you noticed any of them in yourself? Be sure to let us know in the comments. If you found value in this video, don't forget to show some love by leaving a like and subscribing to this channel so you don't miss out on more content on spirituality and manifestation. Share this video with others so you can grow spiritually together. Until next time, take care and let's keep on creating together.